Let me go ahead and tell y'all, I did not know what to think of this chapter other than that fire-ass color page that Kayurana dropped, bro. Super hard. Shout out to the gang, you know, Kayurana and Hideyoshi Ando for dropping such a magnificent color page. Probably my favorite one thus far. It just looks too real. If Gachiakuta was to get an anime, I want it to look like this. And that's facts. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No way around it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's so dope. But anyways, man, this chapter was really dope because for the first time, we're beginning to question Corvus. Now, us as fans have questioned Corvus before, right? Like just who he really is, I need to say. Is he just the boss? Because the introductory page in itself told us a lot, because if you guys remember, we have seen this eye everywhere. We've seen it everywhere. So what does this mean, right? There was a lot of crazy stuff that popped off this chapter. Not even just that, right? One of the other big things is like Bundus being the informant, because if you just use context clues and follow the flow of the dialogue, it leads directly into Bundus being the informant that Corvus was talking about, right? And what makes it even crazier is just the simple fact that he tells you straight up, right? He tells you straight up, don't get me wrong, I'm very much an individualist. No matter what you answer me, the information will never go to the Vandals. Just an exchange of information between you and me. But the most important part was this: I don't care if you doubt me and keep quiet, but unless you answer, there's nothing I can do, right? There's nothing I can do and there's no way out. So why is that so important? Go back to what Corvus was talking about, right? Go back to what Corvus was talking about. When Samu was freaking out and was like, yo, Rudo and everybody else got captured. The whereabouts are unknown. Please help. He was like, look, it's cool, right? Samu, gather everyone you can right now. Leave the whereabouts to me. I know a good informant. I couldn't wrap my head around it for a second because I'm just like, bro, who is the informant? And like I said, as we progress further throughout the chapter, you realize that Bundus is the informant. Now, just to throw out some wild stuff, right? There's a reason why we see that eye everywhere, right? Samu was upset. She was like, seriously, boss, why don't you just put your choker on? I can't get a hold of you. That's why we're in trouble. Isn't it interesting, right? Her saying that and us realizing that he never does have his collar on. It leads us back to the eye. We've seen this eye everywhere. So this means that Corvus always has an eye on everything that's going on. It's almost similar, right, to an owl. Like just having an eye, like an overarching eye on all of the situations, so he always knows what's going on. So he always knows just where to be. And it's funny because Bundus says something to that, right? For a mysterious being like him, just having the information that he's got a sweet tooth makes him more human, doesn't it? Corvus knows exactly what he's doing. He hides it well, even from his comrades, his true identity, that is. This true identity stuff is fucking me up, bro. It's fucking me up. But to what I was saying, to the point that I was just making, Corvus knows exactly what he's doing, which means he always has an eye on the situation. So that means he can make these meticulous steps and make sure everything is all in order before he even makes a move, right? It's so mind-boggling because we understand Corvus to be the boss, right? The boss of the cleaners. We understand him to be that. But Kayurana trying to throw a wrench into who he is just crazy, because it's like, who is he? Me and the homie Jay Gone Rogue, right? We was spitballing the whole time because Jay brought up the trip, and I was like, we kind of dismissed the trip because of what Amo told us, right? It doesn't match up with what Amo told us, him coming back from his trip and the angels already making it down here, right? In retrospect, that would have meant that he would have already knew who Amo was, and he would have already made his way there. You know what I mean? Seemingly so. Like, all of that would have made sense. He would have already knew who Amo was. That means he would have already knew who Rudo was, because that would just be him feigning ignorance, right? But the timing between when the angels came back down and when Corvus got back doesn't line up. It doesn't line up at all. So I think we're good in that facet of him being an angel, but him being the former Vandal boss kind of has a bit of a ring to it. I was telling Jay that as well, but I kind of dismissed it at the same time. I like the way Bundus tries to instill like doubt and fear into Rot and Dia, because remember, this is very important. It's something that literally just popped into my brain as I'm recording. Corvus's ability comes from the undying loyalty of his people, right? The trust from his comrades. What this situation presents is Bundus knowing that. This is almost like a test, you know? This is legitimately almost like a test. It's like testing just how loyal are you guys to Corvus, right? Bundus probably knows that better than anyone. He's creating a situation to where he's trying to make even us as readers doubt it. And then we move over to the Jabber and Zonka situation, right? Jabber is just running off at the mouth. Like, we understood that Jabber has been holding himself back for quite some time, right? He unlocked like another part of himself, and I know a lot of people were like, man, it could be the souls of the rings talking, but I don't think that's the case. I know a lot of y'all wanted to be very Soul Leader like. You guys love that a lot, right? A lot of you guys love Soul Leader, but I don't think it's too complex as that, right? I just think that it's Jabber being himself, and he's coming back to who he used to be. It's like talking to another version of you, and you see it's still in this dark text box, so it's not the Jabber that we knew. It's Jabber unleashed, and Jabber is just letting Zonka know, like, look, bro, you can go all out. I'm ready. You just brought something out of me that has never been brought out of me before. And he's like, just let me see it, bro. Let me see that beast. It's time. And I love the lead up to this because it instills so many different ideas into my brain, right? Because Zonka just exhales and he's like, I've got nothing. So is this like Zonka going into Zen, right? Like a Zen state to unleash some different like ability that he has? Or is it the literal sense that he has nothing, right? There's nothing else he can do. I like that because it presents us with a multitude of questions, you know? It makes us question everything that's going on. It makes us like want to know, is there more to Zonka than we think? Like I think, because I always thought that there was more to him than just, you know, transforming the stick into an attack style stick. I always thought that there was more to him, so this gives credence to my thought process on Zonka just a little bit. Or is he just gonna die? Interestingly enough, it seems like Jabber knows somebody else is, you know, pulling up, because it's similar to when Engine pulled up and helped out last time, right? It's so similar to that because Jabber was like, I'm looking forward to this time, you know? Someone other than the boss will show up who can crush me. And who else to show up to crush him than our boy Corvus? Now, I wanted to save this Corvus conversation for last, right? I wanted to save this for last because it's almost too relative to the story. Corvus being mysterious. We can relate back to everything that I've said, even to what me and my homie Jay was talking about. He's always calm. He's never like stressed out or freaking out, right? Because everything seems to handle itself. And again, it's back to what I was saying, like, who is Corvus? Because he doesn't like how Samu calls him boss, right? And what is their relationship, right? Because he was like, when did you start calling me that? It's kind of weird. That's one of the best parts about Gachi is the mystique of characters. There's so much that we don't know. And then you just start clamming on more like unknown ideals, and it makes the story so compound because once we figure out everything about everyone, I feel like this story is just going to explode, right? It's gonna blossom into something so beautiful that I can't even think straight when trying to wrap my head around everything that it presents. Again, it's about the eye. Just what can he see? Where is he seeing? He's like a surveillance camera damn near. He just sees everything. Oh, bro, it's so sick. But something that I freaked out about was when he said, all right, Samu, gather everyone you can right now. Who is everyone? Dog, who's about to show up? It's about to be a war. We're approaching war territory. We thought that we were in war territory when it was, you know, our small number of cleaners versus that number of vandals, right? We thought that it was just gonna be all out war breaking out. Unfortunately, a few of our characters got folded. And by a few of our characters, I mean one in specific, and that is Rio, right? So Rio got folded. Things are at a standstill everywhere else. Bro, what is about to happen? I'm freaking out because it's just like, I can't really pinpoint what is about to happen. And we still gotta get the information from Bundus, right? He got all this information out of us, and Dia and Brat, now he's coming at Dia and Brat, and making them question everything, right? Like maybe this is a mental battle more than like a physical. And obviously Zonka and Jabber part 2 is going to be a spectacle because A, either Zonka is gonna get smoked, or B, Zonka is gonna pull out some wild Zen-like state and fuck Jabber up. I'm looking forward to it. We still haven't even gotten back to being around Rudo and Zodil. Jesus, giving us that color page, it's like, bro, are we ever gonna see Rudo again? When is the next time we're gonna run into Rudo, bro? Because damn, I like the world building, right? I like building everything around Rudo, and then since we already know so much about Rudo, it's just gonna explode up, bro. It's like a volcano. Think of the magma and volcanic ash being like Rudo. It's kind of sick. But anyways, man, let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down below. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all thought about that color page as well. I'm probably gonna turn that into a background of some sort. I'm gonna work on it, like maybe on stream or something like that later at twitch.tv/DomoSenpaix TV. Make sure y'all show up and follow. We're always doing cool panel coloring and stuff over there, so it's always a fun time. And yeah, just let me know what you guys thought about everything. Got any more theories? Leave them down below. And with that being said, it's your boy DomoSenpaix, and I will catch you guys in the next video.